that was fun, to me. I mean, because that's the kind of guy I am. But I have a feeling that that was about half as much fun as we'll have tonight, because I'm going to introduce you to 5 of the best up-and-coming comics in the country. Now, I happen to know they're standing back there sweating a little bit, so let's get started. We're going to start with Jeff Marder. Now, Jeff Marder has been on the Letterman Show 5 times. He's been on there 2 times. Jeff is... Oh, he'd like to do the Letterman Show. Well, here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff Marder. Let's hear it, okay?
Thanks so much. Thanks a lot. Good night. Yeah. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching at home. A pleasure to be in Aspen and be a non-skier. It's like being a eunuch in a whorehouse, You could just sit there and go, nice mountains. Because it's like this high, dry climate. There's like tremendous like static electricity. And everything is carpeted in Aspen. If you land here, everything, is carpeted in the terminal. If you walk from the terminal and don't pick up your feet, if you just kind of like move along, by the time you get to baggage claim, you're packing tremendous charge. You can just walk up to an older woman and go, Jesus says, heal. Shocker, just... I don't know if you'll cure her or kill her, but you will definitely jumpstart the ticker there. But life is like that, life is like a box of mixed chocolates. I'll explain it. You can spend $60 on a good box of mixed chocolates, and in the box there's always like 3 incredible primo killer chocolates. The best. They don't tell us where they are, but always 3 of them that are so good, they'll just about change your perspective of life. And the rest are filled with snot. Why is that? It's because shit happens, that's why. Stated generically, the powerful formula for life: we are born, and then shit happens, in that order. Now, shit is happening before we get here, but it's inconsequential because it's not our shit. Once you arrive on this planet, that's when your shit starts. So now that you know that, that will help you, because you'll know exactly what you're responsible for. People go like, you're late. Excuse me, sir, you bounced a check. You go, hey, shit happens. And they leave you alone because there's no rebuttal for that. You have hit conceptual bedrock at that point. Shit happening is the only constant in the universe. We buy insurance to protect ourselves from shit happening, but shit still happens. You can't purchase non-shit happening insurance. Hasn't happened yet. Somebody will invent it. You'll see it at the airports. I'm sure that's where it'll manifest first, like those Mutual of Omaha non-shit happening insurance machines. I mean, for $1, you couldn't resist. Then I want to see frequent flyer points for near misses. They're going to scare me half to death. Reward me, that's all I ask. Some jet comes a little too close to your plane. It's like, what was that? Calm down, another 55,000 points. I'm going to Europe. Yeah. I hope it happens again. I'll take that cruise with a friend, give me that luggage, and put the rest on a gift certificate. Here's how you stop terrorism at no expense. Let all of us civilians bring bombs and guns on the plane. That fast, your problem solved. Some character stands up. Okay, man, I got a gun. We going to Cuba. Some grandmother stands up out of the smoking section. Pardon me. 3 pounds of dynamite says, we're going to Fort Lauderdale. Now get me a Frangelica. Is it conceivable that one of the original monks heard the word of God wrong before they had a really good fiber optic network? He gets to heaven, he gets it all straightened out. It's like, Celebrate? I thought you said celibate. I have sperm backed up into my astral body. And God would go, hey, shit happens, because he would know. We begin now comedy for both hemispheres of your brain. One side of your brain controls linear, logical thought that'll now be represented by this microphone. The other hemisphere is a garage sale. Thoughts, statements, fragments, character vignettes, one-liners, concepts. It's different, it's whack. The other hemisphere of your brain controls creativity, fantasy, and imagination. And if you had my head, you'd have to babysit thoughts like this. Why is Wednesday called hump day when most people get laid on the weekends? Why is easy listening music so hard to listen to? Now, here's the rule. When I walk over there, it will have nothing to do with anything being discussed over here, and I can walk over there at any time. Got it? 6 of you will enjoy this. The rest of you, pray for pictures. It's easy to catch on. It's very simple. I started this a few years ago. My friend said, Jeff, we think you're going through an identity crisis. And my gynecologist told me, if they say that, they're not your good friends. And he's right, because friends would support you when you're ovulating. Now, treat yourself to a good gynecologist and a good dentist in life, because that's our second and least favorite office visit. I read that. I knew the dentist was number one. I knew that intuitively. An hour before the dentist, I'm brushing, flossing, water picking, sandblasting, jackhammering, white out, anything to make up for months of dental neglect. Because you know when you walk in there, it's like confession. You can't lie to the guy. That's his gig. He knows. Forgive me, doctor. It's been 80 months since my last checkup. Will I go to hell? He pulls out the drill. It's just going to feel like it. You don't know if he's filling a cavity or putting up shells. I swear to God. You could go in for braces and walk out with an entire entertainment complex in your face. He told me I grind my teeth at night. They love telling us that. You know what I do now before I go to sleep? I fill my mouth with hot water and coffee beans and set my alarm for 7:30. Don't you think it's ironic that on Lincoln's birthday, the stores have a white sale? Some of these might hit you later, and that's okay. How do you think the American Indians felt when they first saw the Pilgrims? Great. Boat people. Nah, man, see, like, you wrong about that. Nah, see, officer, like, the credit card's not stolen. My name is Hyman Rabinowitz. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure is the attitude that will get you through all the shit happening, by the way. A lot of people have a similar attitude like, yeah, right. Yeah, right. Nowhere near as cool as, yeah, sure. Because with yeah, sure, you understand the game and cruise the rest of your years. For example, por ejemplo, you're in a building. Sign says, in case of fire, walk, do not run to nearest exit. Yeah, sure. Case of fire, I'm sprinting to the nearest exit, hurdling fellow human beings. Make a payphone call, hang up the phone, take 2 steps away, phone rings, pick up the phone, the operator goes, excuse me, you've got to put in 70 cents for the last 3 minutes. She's in operator land. I'm a free man on the street. Yeah, sure. Just leave that phone dangling, walk away, you hear, yeah, right! But eventually... Eventually, she will understand because converts. Today Aspen, tomorrow the world. If women ran the Pentagon, would missiles be shaped differently? Since we're in a reflective mood, you ever think about what position your parents were in when you were conceived? I can't laugh because it's so frightening to me. I want to believe in my heart of hearts it was a beautiful moment. Candlelight, flowers in the room, harp music playing in the background, cherubs floating near the ceiling. What if your mom was dressed in leather and your dad was going, "Bark, woman, bark"? Nobody wants to believe they were conceived at a Mazzola party, and yet a lot of us must have been, because there are all those kids walking around going, "Party! Woo! Party!" They can't help it. It's genetic, I assume. I'll say this, nobody gets pregnant that does not ask for it. Now, I know that's bold, so I'll back this up with fact/theory. Ooh, he's out on a limb. You're physically involved in the sexual act. You're peaking, climaxing, hopefully reaching orgasm, that beautiful moment, that jumping off point between body and spirit, and you start to talk. I think we're okay up until the point we open our mouths. Oh, God. Oh, baby. Now, this is a very powerful moment. You say, "Oh, God," you have got his attention. You say, "Oh, baby," that's what he figures you want. You know, there's a lot of energy. There's a lot of energy being released here. You better ask for something you truly care to deal with. Tone it down a notch or two. Go like, "Oh, God, a Range Rover." See the difference? It'll be hell passing through the uterus, but nonetheless, you don't have to send it to college. So there's a certain beauty to the whole thing. Thanks for playing wrong. Good night.
Well, number 5. I remember that one with Jane, Lily, and Dolly. Remember the big office, the boss. I was the boss. That was me. Oops, excuse me 1 second, sweetheart. Thanks, Jeff. Great. Just great.